Hi, this is Mike Christie, USA South Assistant Commissioner. Recently, the USA South conducted an Integration Institute which brought together administrators from the league schools. Now, before we get to some sights and sounds of the Institute, let's hear from Commissioner Wiggs, who tells us what the event was all about.
We brought together this evening and tomorrow various constituencies from our campuses, our presidents, vice presidents of direct report, the vice presidents that our athletic directors report to, faculty athletic representatives, senior woman administrators, and of course our athletic directors, coaches, sports information directors, athletic trainers. So a broad-based continuum of the persons in our athletic departments and on our campuses. The purpose of this symposium is to bring these people together and to listen to the speakers that we brought in who will talk about integration on campuses, involving and connecting athletics with academics, with student life, and the campus life as a whole and as an entity. And as President Stone said this evening, taking the holistic approach to athletics on our campuses, that it is a very real part of movement and activity should be a real part of every student's life, and athletics certainly is a big part of that. So hopefully from this symposium, our people that are attending will take ideas back to their campuses, continue the discussion that started here, develop best practices, even if it's just one thing they would like to do on their campus to begin some type of integrative effort. So we hope to gain a lot of ideas, and then we're going to continue the follow-up at our meetings next fall, at our meetings in the spring, to really see what our campuses, what our people are doing on their campuses as a follow-up to this, and again continue to share the ideas with each other.
Over 50 individuals converged on Danville, Virginia and the campus of Averett University for the USA South Integration Symposium. Bob Malakoff, Assistant Professor of Sports Studies at Guilford College, began the day by welcoming the group and introducing the day's first two speakers. Jackie Slats, Director of Athletics at Lake Forest College, and Mike Walsh, Director of Athletics Emeritus at Washington and Lee University, presented how positive integration and communication can occur on a college campus.
Well, I hope they got out of it that athletics is an integral part of a college experience, yet it's not the driving force, and that we need to allow the young men and women who play sports for us to grow academically, aesthetically, and spiritually, as well as physically.
I think to add to that, I think that our athletic departments are large players in the whole campus enterprise, and I think that maximizing the benefits of athletics is really critical. I think in every aspect of campus operations, looking at how athletics can play a part in it. So it's thinking differently about athletics, I think, is probably ways that you can make your whole campus better through athletics, not just having it, but actually enhancing it, and how it can help campus from admissions to alumni engagement to the whole thing.
After the first presentation, the attendees then broke out in institutional groups to discuss how integration and communication occurs on their campuses. The day's second discussion centered around the process of hiring and evaluating individuals on a collegiate campus. Susan Bassett, Director of Athletics at Carnegie Mellon University, and Aaron Fetro, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students at Guilford College, shared with the group their thoughts.
Thank you so much. I hope that people got some ideas. We certainly have worked at this pretty hard over my career and at different places, but I feel good about what we're doing now, and it was a lot of fun to share my thoughts with everyone.
I was thrilled to be a part of this, especially from a student affairs perspective, to really get to talk about athletics and the integration of athletics into the student experience, and really putting that student experience first. So we thank the USA South for having us up here, and we're thrilled that these institutes are happening.
The attendees once again met in groups, this time broken out by positions that they hold on their campus.
I guess one of the things I would say that
The day's next speaker, Stan Ching, a faculty athletic representative and professor of chemistry at Connecticut College, shared his thoughts on how the faculty can better integrate with the athletic department.
Basically what I want people to get out of is just to think about the idea of integration. How is it going to help your institution, and keep it at the forefront of what you do. I mean, I think if you can do that, all the other things kind of flow from there. It sounds already like a lot of the institutions have been thinking about that, which I think is nice, because I think, as Bob mentioned, some of the previous institutes, this was kind of a new thing. Now it seems like people have heard of it before, and ideas are getting out there that people are trying, and so I think that's actually really positive. But again, I think what I really hope people come out of it is they come out saying, this is really important, we want to do this, we can see how it helps the whole institution, and how people just start thinking more institutionally rather than just their own particular discipline, but thinking about how the whole institution supports the students and how different segments of the campus work together to accomplish that goal. To me, that's really probably the most important thing I would say out of all of this.
The day's final speaker, Kurt Kendall, Director of Athletics and baseball coach at Bridgewater College, shared his thoughts on how the athletic department can better integrate with the faculty.
Well, I know that this institute, when we did it in 2006 for our ODAC conference, was very beneficial. I just hope that some of the ideas that were laid out here today were things that would either spur a thought or a movement on everybody's campus. And I think we all have ideas of ways to do some of these things, but maybe I was able to help somebody actually push that thought forward. And if that's what happens, I think, and that's what comes out of this, then we're helping the process.
One final breakout session concluded the day's events. Various attendees shared their thoughts on the symposium.
I think it was very beneficial in getting some ideas from our other colleagues about how they integrate with different parts of campus, and we're all in it for the total development of our student athletes as students, as athletes, and as people. We want them to have a wonderful experience while they're in college, and to graduate to be successful citizens. And I think just the ideas that we shared with our colleagues and some that they shared with us can help us all use all the resources that we have on campus to help us accomplish those goals.
Well, over the last 2 days with all the speakers and obviously with the breakout sessions, it's been a tremendous amount of information, and I've taken, y'all so nicely supplied us with a notebook, and I've used up all the paper taking notes. And I think there's things that we do very well on our campus, but I think that through the sessions and through the speakers and everything, we've been able to come up with a list of things that we probably do need to do on our campus that can make it better. So I'm very invigorated about this and ready to go back and have discussions with my staff and how we can implement some of the new ideas that I learned this weekend.
The symposium sponsored by the USA South Conference provided some very useful tools in the integration of academics and athletics on the college campus.
I think it was very beneficial to have presidents, athletic directors, coaches, faculty representatives, deans, and deans of students together. It's not often that group of people has a conversation. I think the speakers were diverse but very focused. The breakout discussions were rich. I think we shared best practices. I think that we talked about the concept of the Division III philosophy, but we also talked about really practical things that people could immediately process, take back to make a difference about the integration of scholar athletes on our campus.